All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis, beyond thrilled to be bringing you the Super Bowl. All the pomp, all the circumstance, all the pageantry. It doesn't get any better than this, partner.
I'm loving sharing this booth with you, sharing this moment, this type of a game. For all the teachers who said we'd never make it, we're here.
And we talk these last couple weeks about the buildup, the anticipation. I think these guys are just ready to get out there and get this thing started.
And I know that both coaching staffs have spent considerable time trying to figure out how to best bring their team up to a peak without taking them over the edge and causing a lot of issues early in the game.
And you don't think much of a pregame speech is needed for this one?
I think the pregame speeches were the shortest all year. If they didn't just say, let's go get them, guys, they probably talked too much.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Give him 9 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
And the Chargers coming out of the field now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Now a play fake here on first down. Austin's got it left side. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. The intended receiver there, Allen. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, Cook. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Well, so it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. They're going to look to throw. Steps away. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ohio!
They'll drop to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
He'll look to throw. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Patriot! Here we go now.
They pitch it out to Cook. Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll set up a throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs from 17 yards out. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Carlson now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs in that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
They go play action here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time, and now it's second down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. They'll look to throw now on first down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Sandejo. Allen, the intended receiver. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up fourth down. Daniel Carlson now for the Viking field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Back to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw here. Caught by Allen. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now back to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on fourth down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And Allen's got it. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. And now here's another interception. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. It's caught at the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. And he puts it through. Carlson now to kick this one away. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there and gets the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. 190. 190.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to get him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54, as we go up to Orlando now. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working?
Under pressure, they got him again.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
Flush to his right. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
He'll look to throw. Going underneath for Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Looking to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Whitney Merciless in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this from 46. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the time
we have to leave the booth.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Again, it's Cook. Room here to run. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with 3rd and just a couple.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So out come the Chargers. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. That throw good for 4. It's second down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Going deep for Benjamin. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They run it again with Cook. And an alley to run. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's taken down all the way inside the LA 10. 38 yards on the scamper there.
We could talk about bend but don't break all we want, but the defense now, we're going to find out just how flexible and pliable they really are. Can they bounce back after that type of a run, that type of momentum against them, and find a way to slow down this offense?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Carlson now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. The Chargers on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Fielded at about the 28. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Officially, no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Vikings on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
All right, here we go.
They'll drop to throw. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. The The Chargers getting set to go.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. Now Gordon on first down. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They run it here with Gordon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it second and 12. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. And they have done it. The Minnesota Vikings are the Super Bowl champions. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the land of 10,000 lakes. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs. You see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them. A fantastic season.